Well, waiting for my replay to load up. Not quite sure why it isn't doing so. Alright, there it goes. Okay, 10 seconds went by with... That was just strange. Alright, some technical difficulties getting in the way of what is hopefully going to be a great game. It is going to be... who is in this matchup? Both of the names are in Chinese. It is Infi versus Fly. Fly spawning as, I believe, the Orc player. Let me go ahead and double check that over here. Infi versus Fly. Infi is the Undead, and Fly is the Orc. Infi versus Fly in this 1v1 matchup. We'll see what happens here on Ancient Isle as we have Fly spawning as the blue orc on the top left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Infi spawning as the red undead on the bottom right. I almost said human. Well, yep, nope. Apparently, when you start playing WarCraft 3 long enough, if you started off as human, eventually well, as all humans, you eventually go to undead. Anyways, Crypt and Tomb of Relics also being placed down here. Interesting building placement, as it is very difficult to actually get inside of this location. Unless you want to try and zigzag all the way through on this side, as well as we do see a graveyard relatively early being placed down. Those ghouls should be able to easily gather a large amount of lumber fairly fast, since the travel distance is going to be significantly shorter. By doing so, it increases the collection rate without having to train up nearly as many ghouls early on in the game, and it also increases the collection rate during the early stages where tech and lumber is so important. Is he just going to hold that acolyte right there? Yes, he will, and that's actually going to make it difficult for the... Well, I don't know. Can grunts actually fit through there? I know footmen can. I don't know if grunts can. Interesting choice there, as the Grunt and the Blade Master will be making its rounds out. I guess the Acolyte just wants to spot everything. Oh, he's just going to hide right... Oh, there's the Blade Master. Let me run inside here, and I'm just going to hide in between some trees, and you can see all of that go down as the Acolyte wants to just put in some pressure. He does get ensnared. Blade Master could turn its back and try to go after that Acolyte, but then more damage would be absorbed across these units, and that's exactly what he doesn't want. Acolyte can come inside here, try to give a little bit of hugs to this one grunt here as the Death Knight gets in on the fight as well. Is he just going to be able to get a Death Coil off? Yes, an early Death Coil kill. 60 experience already. And that was extremely expensive. Infi with an early grunt kill, and that is actually going to hurt. You can see now Fly sitting at 17/20 supply, or he was at 17/20 supply, with no grunt to do a bit of creeping with him. That's going to slow him down tremendously. As we now see the Death Knight, I guess, using Rod of Necromancy to clear out some of these Gnoll brutes here. Death Knight going after these units. One Gnoll Poacher, or Gnoll Poacher number 1 will get taken down. Gnoll Poacher number 2 should get taken down, as well as more and more skeletal minions join in on the fight. Blade Master has picked up his second Circlet of Nobility, does still not have Boots of Speed, as he now heads back down to the south. Blade Master wanting to perhaps go after this Ogre Magi. He does have double Circlet of Nobility, so that is going to allow him to have a slightly more hit points, slightly more damage, and slightly more armor, so he will not suffer as much when and he'll be able to recover quite nicely once things are, well, underway. There he goes, gets up to level 2, picks up a third Circlet of Nobility, plus 6 to every single stat, and that Blade Master is just so strong right here, right now. A level 2 Blade Master with the stats of a level 4 Blade Master, extremely scary. And what is that? An additional 150 hit points, an additional 90 mana, and an extra 9 damage with an extra 1.8 armor. That just adds up so much that Blade Master will be difficult to take out. Death Knight out onto the field. Skeletal Minions are trying to get a good surround onto that Grunt right there, and we're going to see exactly that. That Grunt, however, now put reversal of fortune as the Death Knight takes in far too much damage. Units are continuing to run away once again. Grunt down to 249 hit points as the Grunt trying to get away, or perhaps trying to do a little bit of padding of his own. Death Knight coming in from the backside. He does have level 2 as he, well, gonna go ahead and get a Death Coil onto that Grunt there. What did he really expect to do here? That Grunt is at 109 or 98 hit points, 99. Death Coil finishes it off. I don't know if it had exactly 100 hit points, but I'm going to say so. It had 99 the last time I had checked it, and, well, natural regeneration would have put it at 100. Death Knight looking to run away once more. 2 Death Coils to finish off another early grunt, get that extra bit of early experience, and that has so far accounted for 120 experience on that Death Knight. A very large amount considering that is only 2 kills from grunts so far. Death Knight still in serious trouble, needs to consider what his long-term options are, as the Blade Master wants to put pressure but unable to do very much. Blade Master now looking to chase down that Death Knight. Death Knight is back on Blight, will be able to generate those hit points very, very fast once again, as the Blade Master looks to, well, clear up some of these creep camps if the Crypt Fiend wasn't always, well, in the way. All right, there's a Death Coil, there's a save. Units are now trying to slip their way through. You can see that the scroll of speed from the Grunt able to catch up to those units just a little bit, as we are now trying to double back around again. Grunt a little bit out of position. Meanwhile, this Crypt Fiend down to 139 hit points. Where is he going to be traveling to next? He is just trying to travel to the top right-hand side of the map, hoping beyond hope that he can actually wake up these creeps. And I believe the Blade Master still got the killing blow there, as he now goes after, well, the Null Warden. Null Warden should get taken down here relatively fast. Shadow Hunter is the only thing that can really attack the air right now, hence the reason why he's taking the majority of the damage from that Red Drake. Forest Troll Berserker, a little bit of target practice as well. Might want to focus down that Red Drake as well. As we see the Lich finally join in on the fight from Infi. Infi definitely needed that Lich for that Frost armor, but is it a little bit too late? That Death Knight very low on hit points, and without Obsidian statues in play yet, that Death Knight will still be low on hit points for at least a little while longer. Rod of Necromancy, I believe, was transferred over back to the Death Knight. Lich is here ready to go. Death Knight or Blade Master is here ready to go, looking to steal some big experience right here. There is a Windwalk strike onto that Crypt Fiend. Crypt Fiend is going to go ahead and just burrow. Very, very good map awareness, realizing, hey, you know what? My opponent doesn't know what's going. Wait, did he actually get a kill here? Are we going to see an unburrow? Yes, we are. Unburrow in time. Gloves of Haste, however, picked up by the Blade Master, as it was not picked up by the Death Knight. Obsidian statue now rejoining, regrouping back across over here. Burrowed Crypt Fiend as well, looking to regenerate some hit points. And you're going to see those burrow Crypt Fiends pop back out here in just a moment. There you go, ready to join in on the fight again. Now, what is the follow-up plays? We are going to Fortress, so we may be looking at the class, or what is the new standard or the new norm. Orc should be going for a Trhone Chieftain, getting the fortified armor on the Orc burrows, and maybe getting that Orb of Lightning. That is extremely helpful in trying to shut down any sort of mass destroyer play that has become very common from the Undead. We are at Black Citadel, but I still don't see a Sacrificial Pit. Without the Sacrificial Pit, we won't be looking at Frostworms, and Frostworms are incredibly powerful in this matchup because they do deal magic damage and they also slow things up. Death Knight finally at level 3, Lich sitting at level 2, Orb of Corruption plus Claws of Attack plus 6 equals bonus damage and, well, negative armor, as we're looking at the Null Warden here taking an additional 27% damage from all sources. Down it goes. All right, Death Knight looking to come across over here. You can see that Null Overseer, how fast that damage is going to come across here in just a second. Null Overseer already down to 199 hit points. It looks like it could just get taken down. There it goes. Item is going to be a Sentry Ward. Meanwhile, back off to the north, Blade Master sitting at level 2, just now going to get to level 3. And we'll see how that all works out. Just now getting to level 3 as he picks up what is a Mana Stone and should be very, very effective on the Shadow Hunter. Trhone Chieftain now ready to join in on the fight. It looks like it could be Stomp, Shockwave, or Endurance Aura. Obviously, those are the 3 basic abilities. So if it was not one of those 3, then this is a custom map where the Trhone Chieftain has abilities that he shouldn't normally have. Lich now making its way down to the south here. Crypt Fiends ready to go. Death Knight, Obsidian statues, Crypt Fiends. all these units ready to venture forth. Meanwhile, Blade Master trying to keep track of the rest of the army. He does have an open slot, most likely for a potion of lesser invulnerability. Yes, there it is. And also using those rune bracers, which are a very strong defensive ability, knowing that the Death Knight's Frost Nova, or Death Coil, and the Lich's Frost Nova could spell problems. Blade Master is going to go... Oh, it is burrowed. How is it revealed? I'm not quite sure, as we now see attacks getting underway. Blade Master going to go ahead and join in on the fight, taking down another Crypt Fiend. Tauren Chieftain, does it have Stomp? I don't know what it has. There it goes. It does Stomp. Potion of Invulnerability at 13 hit points. Healing Waves keeps it alive for just a little bit longer as the Destroyers are now out. Obsidian Statue still alive here for just a second. Is it going to really work as a beautiful Stomp once again comes in? Tauren Chieftain now needs to look to back off here. Crypt Fiends are getting picked down one at a time. Reinforced defenses are now ready. As you can see, more and more Destroyers are just jumping up into the air. Yes, gonna go ahead and just jump up into the air. Do we have enough Wind Riders? That is the big question now. Death Coil saving that Lich as the Tauren Chieftain gets Frost Nova'd and taken down. Healing Wave was underway, but not in time, as the Forest Troll Berserker is now taken out here as well. One last Wind Rider, the only unit that can really fight back this undead flying army, and that is not working out well. Blade Master, however, with the Shadow Hunter, well, Blade Master Orb of Lightning gonna be the MVP. Who would have known that the Blade Master being able to attack air could in fact take down a Destroyer so easily, especially since, well, it is constantly getting purged. Death Knight running low on mana now. Blade Master going to go ahead and finish it off. Blade Master on very close to level 4, as we see now additional damage getting, well, locked in underway. Death Knight unable to get a Death Coil off here. Wind Rider now looking to put pressure. 41 supply compared to 33, as the Blade Master now turns back around. All right. Blade Master trying to chase after all these units here. I believe a Silence did not hit the necessary targets, as all the units are now back at home. Getting healed back up. Gonna go ahead and regroup. Healing Salve used onto a Kodo Beast here. That Crypt Fiend is slowly being digested. And I really do think, well, what is going to be happening here? I really do think Infi versus Fly. Fly is starting to build a bit of an advantage. 47 supply compared to 39. As the Shadow Hunter and Blade Master looks to finish off the rest of these Red Drakes. Alright, finishing off these units. Blade Master seeing that level 4. Rune Bracers and a Potion of Invulnerability. Tauren Chieftain is out onto the field, transferring some items to the Shadow Hunter as well. Tauren Chieftain really wants Endurance Aura that would allow the Blade Master to attack even more quickly, and is just what the Doctor ordered as he gets there pretty much right on the button. 201 experience for out of 200. Blade Master going to go ahead, get into position. Tauren Chieftain still does not have his ability. Not quite sure why he isn't using it, as he gets into the front position and now tries to engage back once again. Alright, Frost Nova onto the Kodo Beast. Kodo Beast trying to get away. You can see Potion of Invulnerability now being used here. A big stomp, but the Dark Ranger was in fact saved. Kodo now still trying to fight its way through. Double Wind Riders in the air. Kodo Beast down to 86 hit points. Looks like it will get taken down, as a Kodo Beast, a very expensive unit, gets taken down early. Alright, there goes a Hex. Well, the Death Knight does not have long to live, down to 270 hit points as it is slowly getting poked down. A quick purge from the Blade Master could have finished it off, but no, the Death Knight with his Frost Armor allowed to escape. Lich, Destroyers, Crypt Fiends now making their way back off to the north. 49 supply compared to 41. Let's take a look at this. Fly. With the larger army right now, you can see he is blue on the minimap, and the Tauren Chieftain looking to just finish off more creep camps to try and get that last bit of experience necessary and that next bit of gold. Another Circlet of Nobility. What is the Shadow Hunter looking at? 2 circlets. Tauren Chieftain looking at 1, as we do have, well, a quick ensnare. A Crypt Fiend gonna be, well, caught between the rock and a hard place. Is it going to be able to run away in time? Down to 319 as we now see this engagement here. All right, Tauren Chieftain could come in, try to get a big stomp. There you go, 4 units stunned pretty much instantaneously. Meanwhile, the Crypt Fiend from behind able to pick off some of these Wind Riders. Kodo Beast joining in on the fight. Null Assassin joining in on the fight here. Are we going to perhaps see this one Death Knight get taken down? All right, gonna go ahead and get Hex. There's one shot. 2-shot, and it gets taken down. The Death Knight falls at the 14-minute 50-second mark, and, well, you saw it here. Fly is going to take out Infi here on Ancient Isle. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.